everyone, welcome back to Sully Mama's Kitchen. Okay, today I'm gonna be making a really quick fish stew. It can be done in a couple of minutes. I toss it in the oven. I don't need to worry about it because, to be honest, I had a very long day today and I just want to get dinner done. So let's get cooking. Okay, so to begin, you're gonna need a couple of potatoes. I happen to have two fairly large potatoes. It's about a pound, just over a pound's worth of potatoes, and I've already peeled it, cut it into half, and then cut them into half moons, about 1/4 of an inch thick. And that will help cut the cooking time down. And you're just gonna parboil this first before you get the rest of your ingredients ready. Okay, once you got your potatoes all sliced up in your pot, you're just gonna wanna fill it up with some cold water, just until the potatoes have been covered, and just put it on the stove and let it come up to a boil. Okay, so while your potatoes are on the stove doing what they need to do, you can get the rest of your ingredients ready. So you're gonna need a couple cloves of garlic. I am using 3 fairly large ones, but use 4 or 5 if they're fairly small, and get your day's aggressions out. And just give it a good mince. Okay, once your garlic has a good mince, you can toss it into a large bowl. Make sure you get a large bowl because all your ingredients are going into one bowl. Okay, next you're gonna need 1 medium onion that you're just gonna need to peel. Okay, once your onions are peeled, or your onion, sorry, is peeled, just cut it into half moons, thinly sliced. As thin as you can get it. Ooh, it's getting spicy. Okay, and then next you're gonna need a couple tomatoes. I'm using 4 Roma tomatoes. And again, same thing. You're gonna take the top off, cut it in half, and then do about, I'd say, a 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch thickness. Okay, so now that everything's in your bowl, your garlic, onions, tomatoes, now you can add your aromatics. You're gonna need some dried thyme, about a teaspoon's worth, maybe a little bit more than a teaspoon. 2 teaspoons worth. You're also gonna need some salt, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And you're gonna need some black pepper. You can crack your own pepper, or like me, I'm lazy, I'm just gonna use this 1/2 teaspoon's worth. And put some olive oil, quite a bit of olive oil. I'd say at least 3 tablespoons. And then give this a good mix. Once it's well combined, you're also gonna wanna add some olives. I personally like Kalamata olives, but you can use black olives, green olives, whatever olives you got, using about a dozen worth. Now, in the time that I said that I did this, my potatoes are parboiled. Parboiled just means I've cooked them pretty much almost all the way through, but not quite. Okay, so then all you're gonna do is drop in all your still warm potatoes into the same bowl. And then give everything in that bowl a good toss. And the heat of the potatoes will start to soften your onions, your garlic, your tomatoes, but don't worry, the rest of it's gonna cook in the oven. Okay, so like I said, it's a 1-pot meal. You're gonna need a big pan. I happen to have one of these really great steel pans that can go in, but if you don't, use a big baking dish, whatever, and anything that can go in the oven will do. You're just gonna line it with a little bit of olive oil, about 1 tablespoon worth. And you're gonna need about 1/2 lemon that I'm just gonna cut into wedges. And then squeeze it directly into your pan with all your might and throw everything in there. It's fine. A few seeds, pips, whatever, all goes in there. Okay, and like I said before, it is a fish stew, so you're gonna need some fish. I happen to be using snapper today because that's what was looking good at the store, but use any white fish that you would like. Halibut works great, even sole, of course snapper, and whatever white fish you desire, and just throw it into your pan. Just cut them into about 1/2 inch to 1 inch cube. You just don't want it too big because of course the bigger it is, the longer it's gonna take to cook. Side note, these fillets are already cleaned and ready to go at the store, but sometimes you will get some with bones in them. Now this is totally optional, but I do pick out the bones. I keep a pair of tweezers that I specifically use in the kitchen to help in situations like this. Although these, apparently I missed a few. Okay, once your fish and lemon and everything is in this pan, you just want to season your fish because you want to season every layer that you got. So just not a lot, because don't forget you seasoned your tomatoes and potatoes. So about half a teaspoon's worth and about just under a quarter teaspoon of black pepper. Once you've seasoned your fish, just make sure you give it a good toss through so that everything is well combined. And now it's as easy as putting the two together. So, big bowl of tomatoes and potatoes and everything else not just goes right into your pan. And then just toss it through again. Just so that your fish is not all sinking to the bottom. Now I preheated my oven. I have it on broil at 425. I like to put it on broil because I do like a little bit of coloring on there instead of just bake. Because if you bake, it will cook, but you won't get that nice brown color. And since I have such a shallow pan, it's gonna cook fairly quickly, and you will see. And don't forget, everything else really you can, cooked. I mean, your potatoes are cooked. You're just cooking the fish. It won't take very long. So just put your pan in the oven, and you're gonna wanna toss it every 10 minutes or so. And it should take about 20 minutes to cook, maybe a little less or a little more depending on how thick your fish is. But just keep tossing it through every 10 minutes to keep an eye on it. Snap while I wait. Okay, so it's been about 25 minutes. Fish is totally cooked. My dish is ready to go. Little side note from a klutz to maybe another klutz out there. You know your oven gloves? Stick it over that handle so you don't burn your hands, because I've done it many a time. So, you know, just trying to save another klutz out there. I'm pairing this tonight with a baguette or whatever bread of your choice would be great. Pasta, you could even do pasta because there is quite a bit of soup at the bottom of this, and it's great to soak it up with some form of carb, but you don't have to. And it's a perfect weeknight meal, and it's a one-pot meal. So hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. If you like videos like these, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and little bell so you get notified every time I put out a new video. For full recipes, you can always check out my website, and don't forget you can leave your questions and comments below. See you next time.